Hey folks, UltimatDjz here with another Teaching Tricks video. Today, talking to you about the Rescue the Crew event. We're going to talk about why this event is different than those in the past and how this could be better. And yes, even how Scopely took the feedback of the community and tried to plug it into this relatively routine event. We're going to explain how this is going to work and how you can best score points and finish the event. But first, please subscribe to our channel. Like the video, be sure to share with your team. And then when you're done watching, leave your comments too, and I'll get back to you ASAP. Very quickly, let's recap a few things that happened on launch day that deserve a few seconds, and I'm going to be very, very quick. First, 20th milestone of the Battle Pass showed the wrong material, didn't have the stuff needed for the Prime. This will be fixed within the next 24 to 48 hours, and it'll just change. So you'll still get your free Prime. The Rare is going to switch over to Epic. All right, so that's one. Second, Latinum Mining had a roller coaster day with new research buffing the ship to ludicrous speeds, but were quickly removed as Scopely announces that they were unintentional. After much feedback and a quick emergency panel by moderators and content creators, shout out, Scopely announces that they will keep them, but will later modify milestones in the Latinum refinery to compensate. The community rejoices, and then the Talking Trick team figure up the exact math on the new mining speed formula for the Devore, as seen here. Celebrate this new amazing mechanic and dust off those Devores. To pair up with the new research and maybe even the new Prime, I know a lot of players, including myself, may actually introduce ourselves to this expansion, as before, 8 hours of mining for a single refine wasn't worth it. Now 15 minutes of mining for a double refine allows me the time to invest into this ship and this expansion. This further exemplifies Scopely's commitment to less screen time and their decision today to adopt this mechanic as evidence that they wanted to satisfy the community instead of just changing a multiplier to an addition sign. I applaud Scopely for hearing all of us in the community today and yesterday and doing what we asked, which was a very, very, very welcome thing. And truthfully, I believe Scopely will be rewarded for it, as thousands of players have now reinitiated their chase towards maxing the Devore. Unfortunately, another bug that we experienced today was that not all Prime packs were appearing for all players. This is being chased down and seemingly has been resolved, but if you do still have problems with packs missing, please reach out to a moderator or a content creator and we'll get you in touch with the right people. Regarding the mission chain, some people only got 4 missions. Well, as a matter of fact, anyone who purchased points only got 4 missions. This has now been resolved, but it's a little bit confusing. So note that there are 10 core missions. The first bundle was actually core missions 1 through 10. However, the event was only going to give you points for the first 5. The second bundle in your event store were the side missions. Well, now this has changed. 40 keys have been added to milestone number 10 of the free track of the Battle Pass, and this will now add another bundle to your event store. If you go up there right now, it's already in the game, you'll see another bundle there. That bundle is called missions 5 through 10. That is going to contain your 5th mission for the point, and then of course the other 5 core missions. And then of course the side missions, which you'll also need for the event that you're participating in, trying to get that done in time. So all in all, there were 10 core missions, but only points for 5, but it cut off at 4. Now there is another mission bundle in the event store that's going to cost 40 keys, and those keys have been added to milestone 10. And this is already resolved and already done. Another glitch from the patch yesterday is apparently where you are unable to repair your defense platforms if you've been cracked and have to do a slight workaround to even repair your ships. This is in the client, and a new client version is being released, or hopefully already has been by the time you watch this video, to the Apple and Play stores as soon as it's available, and will fix your repair issue. Extra peace shields were issued for players who want to protect themselves in the meantime, but they are aware of this and working on it, and a client update will be necessary to correct it. Now, shall we move on to newer and better things? Introducing, everybody, Rescue the Officers. This is a solo milestone event, and it's going to run a total of 4 times. This is different than what we've seen in the past, in that this is a hybrid PvP and PvE event, meaning that you can choose to complete this event by killing hostiles or by engaging in PvP. And yes, they can occur in the same system, but they don't have to. All right, here's what I mean. Let's take an Ops 25 level player, for example. You have multiple ways to score in this event. And yes, folks, do read carefully your event descriptions, because this is going to change per Ops bracket. You have different systems you can go to, which is not new, but what these systems will give you in points is going to vary. For example, at Ops 25, I have a safe zone, or the game is calling it a regular zone, meaning there's no PvP points in this zone. And then I have a danger zone, or what the game is calling an open system. Killing hostiles in the danger zone is going to yield more points faster, but puts me at risk to be killed by a PvP player. This is high risk, high reward kind of model that we've been talking about in the past. Are you willing to risk being killed in an effort to lower the number of hostiles you need to kill, or will you ignore the PvE element completely and wait for players to show up in the danger zone just to kill them? This event is based on multiple factors, including what size hostile you hit and what ships you even use in the PvP zones. For example, this is a damage done event, so if you kill a hostile, you're going to get points from a hostile at the rate of 1 per hull damage in a safe zone. But if you kill the same hostile in the danger zone, you actually get 3 points per hull damage. Then on top of that, if you're in the danger zone, you can get points for PvP hull damage, but only if you and your target are using the right ship. So again, let's use the Ops 25 player, for example. Your regular or your safe system would be Asteria, Izanami, Jizo, Netron Alpha, Netron Omega, Solara, and Tenzin 1029. All right, that's a big list, and I can't even read all of them. Normal hostile hunting here, okay? 1 point per hull damage, but the danger zones are Amagi, Arcadion, and Babishta. Now, these systems are danger systems because they can also PvP, but what ships? If you go to Amagi or Arcadion, you get 2 points per hull damage, but you can only use a Kira, a Voklis, or a Discovery, for example. But in the Babishta system, you only get 1 point per hull, but you can use the Kamari. It's a larger, more lethal ship. Now, here's a little caveat. If you're hunting in these danger zones, you must watch your targets. Hitting a ship outside of the bracket isn't going to award you points as far as the ship goes. So unless you just want to punish those for flying non-qualifying ships to try to trick you, then killing those ships are not going to get you points. For example, flying a Kumari when you're in the Ops 26 to 29 bracket in the PvP zone will get you the higher points on PvE. But if you're killed by an opponent in a Mayflower, they're not going to get the points. Now, you're still going to die, right? You got to do the repair and all that. But you're getting the bonus points on your hostiles by hitting the bonus system, and they gain nothing other than the satisfaction of killing someone trying to escape the system. These brackets go all the way up to 42 plus, where different systems and different groups of ships will be used. You must read your event carefully. This event is a bit more complicated than the version we've had before because of the available systems and the available ships to use. But if you do this right, you can literally be done with your event in 5 minutes or spend an hour. P.S. To Ops 36 plus, your screen is correct. It's not a typo. The smaller hostiles are awarding a 20-point multiplier compared to the larger hostiles at a 5-point multiplier. This is intended because the health points of those larger ships are magnificently bigger than the small ones. So even though you're hitting the ones worth 5 points, you're still actually getting way more points on those than on the smaller hostiles. Another method at enticing players to enjoy some PvP, and I love it. Anything to make mine and your ships go boom. A few other events coming up this arc includes a faction hunt style event with a bonus multiplier for using specific captains, including TOS or Kelvin Kirk and Harrison and Khan. These events will be paired with a solo milestone and an alliance milestone as well. Be careful though, using the wrong captain against the wrong type of hostile could result in no points at all. We will also see a mining event present itself that asks you to use TOS or Kelvin Spock as a captain, on a mining ship. Now, that doesn't make much sense, but you'll have to math it out for yourself to see if it's worth losing the speed to use these new officers and get the bonus from the officers. But regardless, you do get to choose from a few items to mine instead of being forced onto Latinum or G3. You could also mine dilithium, mycelium, data, or even isogen. Finally, my absolute favorite one, coming a little bit later in the arc, a scavenger hunt of sorts. This one, I think, is the most creative and the one I'm most excited about. A 7-day event to finish this treasure hunt, but inside this hunt, this scavenger hunt, many events are going to proc for you to complete. But here's the ringer. The event description is not going to tell you what to do. It's going to give you a clue. You perform the task, and then the sub-event finishes. You get the next one after a short period of time that can be accelerated by spending some basic RSS, and then you get the next sub-event, giving you the clue for that objective. This one sounds like a ton of fun. Very creative. I'm super pumped to play it. You can get it all done on one day or play it out over 7 days. You get to decide your pace of play on this event, but a very cool, creative, fun, and quirky event with rewards pertaining to the arc. Lastly, I want to point out something special to you, and I hope that it's not too late for you to complete today's Battle Pass event. You will notice that this is a 20-day arc, not 24, so just like in December, we have a slightly tighter window to complete it. However, I always hear this every single month: what are we doing in the last few days? There's no incentive to complete the events when I'm actually done with the Battle Pass. Well, now, folks, there is. Introducing to you Heroic Battle Pass Overflow. The points are higher than the 20th milestone, but rewards are not intended to be a 21st or a 22nd milestone. They're just a little something extra for the completionist out there. Now, as always, we have confirmed that Battle Pass can be finished, all 20 milestones, to high participation players. But we have also confirmed that this Overflow event can also be completed without purchase. But there is absolutely no leeway. It requires absolute 100% perfect participation on every Battle Pass event during the arc. You stay perfect, you get a few extra goodies. I actually really like this mechanic, and it rewards extra engagement and high dedication. I love the concept of this, and I hope it sticks around. What do you think, community? Leave your comments below about these upcoming events and ask your questions. We'll answer them as quickly as possible. In the meantime, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell notifier so you know when we do new content, and share this with your team. My name is UltimatDjz from Talking Trek here, teaching Trek to you. Till next time, we appreciate you viewing, and be safe. Love you, mean it. Bye-bye.